Now I'll admit, I know nothing of importance about the WNBA, but that doesn't mean I enjoy good basketball. So I had to scrub through a lot of footage, but I found one of the greatest games of all time. So let's talk about that. Oh, and I made a new intro. Tell me how you feel about it. This video is about the Houston Comets, and why shouldn't it be? They won the first WNBA championship, and then the second, and then the third, and then the fourth, just for good measure. However, they were often tested. No, they weren't. In their 4 championship years, they were a combined 114-27, and in the playoffs, they were 16-3. That is impressive. And here's the reason. In the WNBA's first ever draft in 1997, there were a total of 31 players that made the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. Out of all those players, only 5 made it to the Basketball Hall of Fame. And out of those players, 3 were drafted by the Comets. You see why they dominated? There was Tina Thompson, the league's all-time leading scorer until Diana Taurasi came along and broke the record. There was Cynthia Cooper. When she retired after their 4th championship, it debatably caused the end of the Comets dynasty around 2005. And finally, there was Cheryl Swoops. She was the WNBA MVP thrice over, alongside Cooper's 2. So 97 was the WNBA's inaugural season, and it was dominated by the Comets on their way to defeating the New York Liberty for the WNBA's first title. 1998 was perhaps the closest any team came to defeating Houston. And sorry about the lack of footage, but I'll do my best to recreate the moment. Jennifer Gillum blocked a shot from Kim Perrott before banking in a 3 of her own with 9 seconds left. Then in Game 2, remember this is a best of 3 series, the Mercury were up 62-55 with 5:02 left. But they blew it, sending the series to a Game 3 in Houston. In Game 3, the Comets were helped out by a whopping 2 points from All-Star Michelle Timms, and boom, second title. Tragically, however, their starting point guard and good friend of Cooper, Kim Perrott, was diagnosed with lung cancer in February of 1999, just months after helping the Comets to the 98 title. She tragically passed away on August 19th, 1999. The Comets were on a mission.
It became personal with me.
Finishing at 26-6 before making it back to the finals again to face the New York Liberty. Again. Game 1 was a comfortable 73-60 victory, and in Game 2, they were trailing 58-57 with 4 minutes and change left, thanks to some Becky Hammon free throws. A Swoops 3 gave Houston a 2-point lead.
Robinson is now guarding Cooper. Swoops, that's a 3-pointer. It's good. Cheryl Swoops from downtown.
Swoops threw a nice entry pass to Janeth Arcane.
Cooper kicks it out. 8 on the shot clock. Cooper looks up and sees that. Shot clock at 4. Cooper, nice feed to Arcane. Reverse layup, puts it in. And Houston back up by 4.
Hammond gets away with a clear travel, which leads to a Liberty and 1.
Hampton draws the foul, puts it in, and 1. Kim Hampton with a chance for a 3-point play.
Some good New York D leads to an air ball.
Cynthia Cooper, knocked away by Hampton. Cooper gets it back, 5 on the shot clock. Chikova, back to Cooper. Cooper, that's a 3. Air ball, and the Liberty will get it back down 1 with 1:45 remaining.
The Liberty's second leading scorer, Kim Hampton, hits a nice mid-range J.
Kim Hampton calling for the ball. Crystal Robinson, back to Hampton. Hampton with a jumper. She puts it in. Kim Hampton puts the Liberty back up by 1 with 1:20 remaining. 10 points for Kim Hampton.
Swoops gets fouled and makes both of her free throws.
Hit some big threes.
Cheryl Swoops.
With under a minute left, the Liberty fumble their possession, which leads to some Tina Thompson free throws, which she splits.
She's 3 of 4 from the free throw line. A 78% shooter during the regular season. Misses the first, and it's still a 1-point game. Richie Adubato has told his team after the rebound, when you get the ball, call timeout. Thompson second.
On the Liberty's likely final possession, Crystal Robinson puts in a shot to tie the game.
Again, without a timeout, so they have to get it in. Crystal Robinson has Tina Thompson on her. Liberty trying to stay alive.
And don't want to take too much time off the clock.
Robinson puts it up. It's good. A two-pointer. Crystal Robinson ties the game with 16.3 remaining.
And on the ensuing Houston possession, Tina Thompson sinks the shot, which puts the Comets up 2 and gives them their third straight title.
Oh, she put it in! She put it in! And the Liberty win game 2! What a finish! Unbelievable here at the Compact Center!
Who would have thought it was Teresa Witherspoon?
This crowd is absolutely stunned! One of the most amazing finishes in the WNBA! And there'll be a game 3 tomorrow afternoon!
This is bad. This is very, very bad.
Fun fact, that was the Comets' 8th home loss all time. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. What were we talking about? Right, the WNBA. Okay, so amazing finish aside, the next game was a 12-point Comets victory, which officially gave them the 3. The next year was another dominant run through the entire WNBA. The Comets collected a solid 5 losses in total and swept through the playoffs on the way to a rematch with the Liberty for the 3rd time. But this time, the Liberty were ready and prepared. They were hungry. They brought their A game. They were prepared to get this first championship and, okay, swept, you're done. Bye-bye!
Well, I'll be honest, I don't really understand, but I fell down this hill and I got glue on my hands and I got rackets on my fingers. Rackets on my fingers, I got rackets on my